Look at this dude.
Whoosh, poppin', everybody, welcome back to another video. Hey man, if you haven't already done so, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, smash the like button, click that bell while you're at it so you can be a part of the Post Noti Gang family, best family on YouTube. That's no cap, hands down. We are here for another Chains FR video. Getting grounded. I'm not gonna lie, I was grounded a lot growing up, and it sucked every single time. I was an outside child, so what that means is literally from the minute I woke up out of bed, all I wanted to do was just be outside at the park, running around. I had electric scooters, I had bikes, regular scooters, skateboards, football, soccer. I was always just trying to be outside, you feel me? So anytime I got grounded, my punishment was to stay inside. Like, I literally could still play video games, watch movies, anything that all the kids love to do, but I didn't like doing that growing up. So anyways, being grounded sucked ass, but we're gonna do less talking, more reacting. Let's dive right into this video. Lego.
There's a lot of things in life that I don't really understand, but if there's one thing I can truly comprehend, it's being grounded. Because in my time, I've served a total of 547 days and 16 hours in the slammer.
Hey, I don't even know the how much I've been grounded, but I haven't counted, but it was a lot.
And through a year and a half of extensive first-hand research, I've come to the professional conclusion that getting grounded is straight ass, bro. You're locked in your room.
Literally what I said before we started the reaction. I said being grounded is ass, bro.
With no phone, no computer. Like, what do you want me to do? Think about my actions? Hell nah. Being grounded had a young me doing...
I ain't thinking about shit, but trying to be ungrounded.
The stupidest shit ever, bro. Like, I was popping handstands, hitting my head against the wall, playing with the door stopper thingy. Shit, I got so bored, I even read a few pages of a book like an absolute nerd.
I don't even remember what I used to do when I got grounded for real, for real. Like, I know, like, if I couldn't go outside, okay, I'm inside. I didn't like playing video games. So, to be honest, I probably just sat and watched TV, bro. I was probably on watching cable TV, bro.
And now that I think about it, Percy Jackson and the Battle of the Labyrinth was actually a spectacular read. Now listen, there's only one thing worse than being grounded, and that's being falsely imprisoned for life.
His face tattoo literally says gang, and this says for real.
Well, and now that I think about it, there's a lot of things worse than being grounded, but one of which is being grounded during summer, bro. There's something about being able to hear all the...
I was grounded one time during summer. It was during the move from California to Florida, transitioning from sophomore to junior year. That summer, I ended up beating the fuck out of my brother. We got into like a real fist fight, bro. I beat his ass, bro. I'm talking about his eyeballs were bloodshot red, like the white parts, because I guess I popped blood vessels in his eyes or whatever. But anyways, I was grounded that whole summer, bro.
Happy children, the ice cream trucks, your homies having fun, the hoes throwing rocks at your window, asking you to come outside. Will you just cry yourself?
I had no hoes. Not until I got into my junior year in high school. When I got to Florida, though, I had all the beef.
To sleep, because there never was any hoes throwing rocks at your window asking you to come outside. It's just you, your Percy Jackson books, some used toilet paper, and the existential thoughts in your head, questioning if it's even worth it. And listen, I'm sure everyone can pick up on the fact that I'm a really intelligent dude. Smart all around, really, but trust me when I say, I wasn't always this smart, bro. In fact, in kindergarten...
I would like to think I'm smart. I've just done a lot of stupid things in life.
My dumbass fully believed with my whole heart that being grounded meant your parents would just dig a decent sized hole in your backyard, toss you in, and bury you alive for the time being. And so I'm sure you could imagine my surprise when my OG friend of 5 days said, yeah, I got grounded for 2 whole weeks. Holy fucking
2 whole weeks.
Shitballs, dude, are you okay? No, man, it's really hard. I didn't get to touch any of my toys or anything. Damn, how long
It's tough, my boy.
ago was that, man? Oh, I'm still grounded. No, you're not. Yeah, dude, I'm grounded right now.
Right now, I love the way he talks, bro. I keep mocking him, but it's just funny. Right now.
No, the fuck you're not. And I wouldn't truly find out what being grounded was until 7 years later. I was in grade 7. It was a beautiful sunny summer day at approximately 11 a.m. and me and the boys were freely roaming our city. Little did I know, we wouldn't be free for long. And as the boys and I roamed the city looking for a move, one of Bob's girls calls him up and is like, okay, so my friend Becky is in Hawaii for a few days with her family, and she said I could bring you over. And just like that, Bob could have wrapped it up and claimed some cheeks. But the boy Bob was never one to leave the homies behind, so not only did he convince his girl to let us come, but he went above and beyond. He got his girl to bring some of her friends over too, and now we're
that's a bit
hyped because we had now located the move, and quite a marvelous move.
Man, it's always a good move when you with the homies and the homie has a girl and the girl also brings girl. Oh, that's a vibe, bro. That's a vibe.
I do say so myself. Now keep in mind, all of us knew Becky and had been to Becky's house many times before, but Becky was all the way in Hawaii, so she had no clue about the marvelous move about to take place at her own crib. But regardless, me and the homies walk into Becky's crib, and they low-key got a little get-together in the works. I see Bob's girl, I see Bob's girl's friends, and then I see a mutual friend of mine named Dennis. And he brought his girl. Now, a little backstory about Dennis.
This is a little kickback now.
Dennis was 2 years older than me, making him in high school. And to be fair, from grade 7 to high school is a colossal difference. Dennis was taller.
That's big facts.
Had a more developed frame. And Dennis even had some facial hair in progress. The amount of facial hair that put my peach fuzz to shame. And to put it quite simply, Dennis was a menace. But regardless, that's my...
Girls like them bad boys, though, you feel me?
Homies, so I walk up and dap him up, and then everyone heads over to Becky's room. Now keep in mind, Becky had simply invited Bob and Bob's girl to come over, and somehow we ended up being 8 people deep in that joint, and so that means technically the other
This is why you don't ever leave your crib, your room to anybody, bro. They gon' make themselves at home for real.
6 of us were straight trespassing, so we were all chilling in Becky's room, chopping it up for a good hour and a half, until eventually people start exploring her house. Now in Becky's room, it was just
I would be pissed, bro.
me, Bob, Bob's girl, and Bob's girl's friend named Lily. And so we're all just talking until I hear someone yell from the room down the hall, "Yo, Chains, get in here right now!" And I don't know exactly what I was expecting to see as I walked into that bathroom, but it was absolutely not seeing Dennis drop a condom filled with water on Billy's head. And of course I laughed because that's comedy gold right there. But it also made me realize maybe we shouldn't be here dropping condoms on each other's heads. But who was I to tell Dennis what to do? He had facial hair, so he was
Man, somebody about to get in trouble, bruh.
Practically a grown man to my standards. So I just turned around, went back to the room, and continued chilling with Bob. And as we talked, the music progressively got louder, and Dennis progressively became more of a menace. And it had got to the point where the speakers were booming, and Dennis was lobbing condom water balloons off Becky's balcony. And then
so there's just gonna be a bunch of condoms all over the yard.
Dennis either almost hit or just missed Becky's neighbor with one of these condom water balloons. So this grown man looks down at a condom that seems to have fell from the heavens. Then he looks up and sees Dennis scrambling inside the Becky's crib with the speakers blasting music. And then he continued on his way. And we were all just
Man, the police about to get called for real,
having a fantastic time in Becky's room until we hear the downstairs door swing open. And we all absolutely shit our pants and run onto the balcony.
Hey, I just texted the family who lives here and they said no one is supposed to be in the house. Everyone needs to leave right now or I'm calling the cops.
And that's
y'all better dip.
Exactly what we did. No messing around, we were out that hoe. And we all went to Bob's girl's house for an emergency meeting because we were all scared as fuck.
An emergency meeting.
And now Bob's girl and Becky are texting and Becky's like, my parents are pissed. They want to talk to everyone's parents and they know how many people were there. So
I wasn't there.
We all devise a foolproof plan. Okay, we give Becky our phone numbers, tell it's our parents' phone numbers, and we act super disappointed in our children. We all agreed on this plan and the emergency meeting was dismissed. And over the next few days, we all got texts from a very unhappy Becky's father, who made sure to specify the amount of condoms that were found in the bathtub. We all respond with some bullshit along the lines of, hello.
I ain't gonna lie, I'd be so pissed if I was out of town and there's a bunch of kids in my house, bro.
Oh, Mr. Beckerson, I'm very sorry to hear about the inconsiderate acts of Chains and how he's invaded your home. Rest assured, Chains will feel the wrath of this thick leather belt as it repeatedly beats against his cheeks to discipline him for his heinous actions.
I'm gonna laugh so hard if Becky's dad ends up replying, I'm calling CPS, you're abusive to your children.
Thank you for bringing this to my attention.
But come to find out, Lily's dumbass responded with some shit like, Dear Mr. Beckerson, thank you for letting me know, but Lily did nothing wrong, as she didn't know she wasn't allowed there. Plus, she didn't even make a mess or anything, on God. Put some respect on my daughter's name. Period.
And just like that, our foolproof plan got fucked.
And Becky's father texted each of us saying,
You are coming to the house at 3:15 p.m. today, or I'm calling the cops.
And shit, looking back, Becky's father was most definitely bluffing. Like, say I didn't go, what was he gonna tell the cops?
911, what's your emergency? Hey, there was 8 kids who invaded my home 3 days ago.
Okay, sir, did they break in?
No, no, my daughter gave them the key.
Sir, why the fuck are you calling 911?
There was condoms in the bathtub.
But like I said, I wasn't very smart, and I didn't have the brain capacity to think that far ahead. So everyone shows up to the house, and Becky's father sits us down and makes each of us individually call our parents and explain what we had done. And I went first. Hey mom, so I went to Becky's house the other day.
To be honest, I don't even think my parents would get mad. My parents would be like, look, you got to be careful. Because, like, if I was invited by Becky to come in while they're out of town, okay, like, where am I in the wrong? Your daughter should be the one that's in trouble. Whatever Becky's dad is, but Dame is.
But she was in Hawaii, and I wasn't really invited. And
There was condoms in the bathtub.
Needless to
He's stuck on the condoms.
say, we all got our shit whooped, and I received my very first grounding with a sentence of 1 month in the slammer.
Damn, 1 month is a long time, I ain't gonna lie. But like I said, the longest I've been grounded was over that summer break, and that was because I beat the fuck out of my brother. Shout out to my brother. Anyways, if you guys made it to the end, I do greatly appreciate it. Smash the like button, leave a comment, click that bell while you're at it. Till next time, I'm gonna see y'all next time. I'm out.